Moving on then to the second of the qualifiers here, involving Groups A and B this time. Another 15-minute race to be contested, and the field lined up on the grid and ready to go. Same formula as before, you're racing against those that are not in your own group. And this time the discs on the windscreen are yellow and blue for A and B respectively. Looking at the lights, they're red. Staying on red for a while, but they do go out eventually, and everybody cleanly away from the line. All as one almost. It's quite a traffic jam as they head down towards the first corner. Quite an advantage to get the start here, and Robin Welsh has assumed the lead. As they go round Chessons for the first time, it's Robin Welsh. He leads them down the Dover slope, and the leading quintet have got away already from the rest of the chasers. And the red flag indeed has come out, so there's a problem somewhere around the circuit here. Red flag out. And it's the 24 car, and that's certainly going to go nowhere. Well, that's Mickey Daly, the unfortunate driver there. So it's a rerun necessitated. Cars lined up again on the grid then and waiting to go. Lights are red. Do it all again then. Out they go. And once again, can Robin Welsh do it? So can he continue where he left off? We head down towards Pilgrims and then up into Chessons Drift, and it is Robin Welsh again. So no detriment to him having to have the restart. He still got back where he was, but that leading quintet that had broken away, that gap is not evident this time. So it has made a little bit of an impact, but not for Robin Welsh. He still leads. They stream round the left-hander then at the Devil's Elbow. Cleanly through there. Robin Welsh still the leader as they go up towards North Bend Hairpin. Just trying to get an ID on the car in second place. It's 95, in fact, that's in that second position, and that is Len Colley. So Len Colley gives chase to Robin Welsh. 15-minute race, remember. And the car in third there goes very wide off the circuit. Oh, and he's collided with another of the cars. Well, that was horrendous. 95 was the poor, unfortunate victim in that one. That's Len Colley, was it? Well, here we see the replay. Did I get the numbers right there, I wonder? Oh, it's quite a side swipe. The car goes up onto two wheels there. And certainly Nick Bark, the driver that collided with, well, I don't know if that's Len Colley or not, to find that one out. It's as though the car might be continuing as we look towards the battle for the front again. And that's rather sorted the field out a little bit now. A little bit stretched as a result of that. You take your eye off the ball a little bit when you see a dramatic incident such as that. Well, there is the car that was involved. 99, in fact, so not Len Colley, but 99. That's Rob Smith, and it looks like he's going to limp round and pull out. I don't think he's going to go very much further in this one. That was a heavy impact. A couple of wheels on the curb there from race leader Robin Welsh as he went through paddock. Yellow flags shown because there's still a car parked on the infield there. That is the number 5 machine of Nick Bark. He was the unfortunate instigator of that accident. Well, they come down the Dover slope, and these two have got well clear now. Robin Welsh from Len Colley. And there's the gap back to the third place car, and that is number 12 Simon Clasby. Just taking them all in around the left-hander here, and a bit of a contest going on. 84 leads 198. Well, 198 Mark Braden, 84 that was Brian Jones. Here are the leaders again. Len Colley, second place, gives chase to Robin Welsh, who looks comfortable out in front at the moment, it has to be said. Well, a long way back before we get second, but before we get third rather, but it's quite a comfortable third. Yellow flag now held steadily on the Canterbury Straight. That car's going to stay there for the duration of this one, so drivers will know. A little bit of a loose exit from paddock there for one driver. As we pick up Robin Welsh, race leader, exiting the Devil's Elbow and heading up Hairy Hill. Hard on the brakes now for the very tight right-handed hairpin. Perfect line through there though, getting on the gas coming out, using the maximum amount of tarmac. And then checking back, there's a battle going on here. 68 on the inside, 30 on the outside. Well, 68 is Andy Strong, and 30 is Lenny Oliver. And they're three abreast going into paddock. Well, that certainly won't work. Oh, and going far too quick and off the circuit there. Well, that's lost a couple of places, but could have been worse, I guess. It could have been a heavy impact against the tyre wall, but that was just about avoided. 88 goes through there. And that Jeff Beavis. I can pronounce Bevis. I apologise to Jeff if I've got that wrong. 68 rather in our picture at the moment, and that the machine of Andy Strong. Down the hill comes race leader Robin Welsh. Beginning to edge clear of Len Colley now. 12 is Simon Clasby holding third. A little bit strung out at the front of the field, but some real hectic battles going on further down the order. Here's one of them. 68 and 198. Well, 68 was Andy Strong, and 198 Mark Braden. And Mark Braden just ahead at the moment as they go into Chessons, but there's a challenge there on the 69 car of Andy Strong. It's the 87 that's moved ahead of him, of Chris Cheetham. And here comes another challenge here, because Chris Cheetham's having a go now on the outside, but not going to be possible to go through there. 23 involved in this piece of action as well, and that 23 is Joe Adam. 51, fourth place for Michael Dugdale, so he goes down the Canterbury Straight. And streaming through after the earlier dramas, the race has settled down now into well, I won't call it a procession, but certainly rather more so in relative terms to what we saw in the early stages. There's Dugdale in fourth place, Michael Dugdale. 27, Dean Spur is fifth. Julian Newman in the 70 car was sixth. Oh, and running out of road there was Andy Strong. And it's allowed the 84 machine of Brian Jones to go through. Still they come past our camera position here around the left-hander. 69 there is Andrew Bloomer. Here's the race leader, still pulling further and further clear at the front. Robin Welsh, car number 2. Well, Len Colley's not completely out of it, but there's about half a dozen car lengths now in it between first and second. Len Colley's got an even bigger margin over third place Simon Clasby. Then comes Michael Dugdale, then it's Dean Spur. It should be Julian Newman next up, closely followed by, no, it's Lenny Oliver, in fact, from Julian Newman. So Lenny Oliver in 6th, Julian Newman in 7th. And, weaving from Julian, trying to find a way through. But it's Lenny Oliver and Julian Newman, who tries to get down the inside of him here, looking for getting a good drive and maybe steal the inside line as they go into the braking zone for paddock, but no. It was the 30 car of Lenny Oliver that saw Julian coming and made sure that he wasn't going to be able to go through. It's an interesting battle though. We'll try and follow that one as the race unfolds. Back at the lead again with Robin Welsh, exiting the elbow, chased hard by Len Colley. Checking back, Simon Clasby still there in that third place, Michael Dugdale 4th, Dean Spur 5th, and Julian Newman still giving chase here to Lenny Oliver in their battle for 6th. Julian Newman in the 70 car. There's the race leader at paddock, Robin Welsh. Still there in a comfortable second position, a long way back to third. This is the third place man, Simon Clasby. Next through Michael Dugdale. Then it's Dean Spur. And a gap back to the contest we've been following between Lenny Oliver and Julian Newman. The order still remains the same there at the moment. 84 comes through, and that's Brian Jones. And still they stream down the hill. And number 198 there, Mark Braden. A car that says John Legg on it, so it's a borrowed machine, I would think, that one. And looking to try and get down the inside here to Pilgrims. And has managed to steal the march there on the 87 machine of Chris Cheetham. But Cheetham fighting back as they go on to the Dover slope. Well, it's going to be difficult to do it from the outside line. It's going to have to be a little bit further ahead than that to just sweep across the front. So maintaining station is Mark Braden in the 198 car, but Chris Cheetham still continues to pressurise him. The cars behind just waiting for one of them to slip up. Race leader Robin Welsh down towards the left-hander. Len Colley about the same distance behind in second. We stay with Len Colley at the left-hander. Simon Clasby spoke from the tyres, then it's Michael Dugdale, then it was Dean Spur, and Julian Newman comes through next. He's got up ahead of Lenny Oliver. So Julian Newman has not only got up ahead, but he's pulled clear of him. So 6th place now for Julian Newman. Back with the race leader, Robin Welsh. Down the Canterbury straight again. Still chased by Len Colley. Here's Simon Clasby 3rd. It's Michael Dugdale. Might be just closing in a little bit on Simon Clasby. Dean Spur goes through. Getting chased to Julian Newman is in 7th position Lenny Oliver. And looking back to the 84 car of Brian Jones, who will be 8th. 3rd place battle then, Simon Clasby holding it from Michael Dugdale at the moment as they approach the left hand. Not too far behind them, Dean Spur. Trying to spur his car on, you might say, to close that gap down. Robin Welsh, race leader, through paddock again. Oh, looks as though it's on rails. And then Colley perhaps a slip back a little bit on that lap. Simon Clasby still from Michael Dugdale. And then Dean Spur, and he is gaining some ground, Dean Spur. There's Julian Newman. A bit lonesome for Julian, but having said that, Lenny Oliver is trying desperately to close the gap back up again. Lenny Welsh receives the blue flag. Well, the blue flag was received for the car in front of him, precisely, but they go round the outside here up at North Bend. And there's the gap. Coming down at paddock with the 23 car of Joe Adam. The 68 machine at Vandy Strong. Third place Simon Clasby in the 12 machine. So Michael Dugdale behind him, but can't find a way past. Dean Spur no closer to them at the moment. And this is quite a battling quartet. They might be well down the order, but they're having a great race between themselves. 69 is the leader, Andrew Bloomer, of that little battle at the moment, from 198 Mark Braden. Oh, and a big mistake from the 23 car. It goes one way, then it goes the other. Heart-stopping moment for Joe Adam, but he did well to hold it together. Kept it on the tarmac. He's just lost a bit of ground, that's all. But it's quite fortunate, perhaps, that he didn't bend the car, and he's still circulating. Here's the race leader. Number 2, Robin Welsh, looks good. Colley still comfortably in second. Simon Clasby still ahead of this man, Michael Dugdale, 3rd and 4th respectively. Then Dean Spur getting a little bit nearer now. And with the number 198 Mark Braden at the left-hander. Here's our race leader, Robin Welsh. Meteoric rate of progress from the race leader. He's lapping quite a few of the field in this one. There's still plenty of race time left. So 69 Andy Bloomer we're with at the left-hander. At Paddock Bend. Left-hander, they really have a problem there if they turn left. So 69 Andy Bloomer, that's Chris Cheetham keeping him company there. These two have been having a race-long battle. Chris Cheetham trying to attack at the moment, but Andy Bloomer doing a good job of keeping him at bay. Now, Chris Cheetham, a little gap on the inside he spots, but no. Andy Bloomer across the front of him to block. Oh, and another big mistake there from the 23 car. What an outing, and this time he manages to spin it right round Joe Adam. Oh, what a race it's been for him. Still doesn't bend it though. He's looking for a way to be able to turn the car around and continue, and he's going to have to wait virtually for the entire field to go through. So that's going to relegate him considerably down the order, but a rather eventful race to say the least for him. It looks like we're going to get a retirement for Andy Strong there. The car is moving very slowly off the racing line, and finally getting going again. Joe Adam rejoins the fray. Looking at Simon Clasby there, the 12 car, and following him through as they lap the tail enders is Michael Dugdale in 4th, and Dean Spur in 5th. Jumping back to Julian Newman, he's 6th. Might be a distant 6th, but he's unchallenged for his current position. Still ahead comfortably of Lenny Oliver. And behind Lenny it's Brian Jones, I think, next up. Looking up at North Bend Hairpin. Down the hill comes Andrew Bloomer, ahead of Chris Cheetham. Mark Brayton behind those two. There's the race leader. The last lap board is out. And coming down the hill now, the battle for 3rd, 4th and 5th, and moved up there into 4th. It was Dean Spur ahead of Michael Dugdale, but Michael Dugdale fights back. Dean Spur is up there in that 5th position. Fighting again though. Michael Dugdale going to have to fend him off as they go down towards the left-hander. And we check back on what's going on in the other battle that we've been following, and it's unchanged. Andrew Bloomer from Chris Cheetham, Mark Brayton, and the man closing in on them is the race leader Robin Welsh, about to become race victor as he goes round paddock for the final time. And just as we saw in the first race, it's a very convincing win. Len Colley takes 2nd position. Simon Clasby comes down the hill for 3rd. Then it's Michael Dugdale who manages to hold off Dean Spur. This is Simon Clasby heading for 3rd. It should be Julian Newman. And there he is. Brian Jones. Sorry, Lenny Oliver, then Brian Jones, 7th and 8th respectively. And this is the battle for 9th. Andrew Bloomer holds it at the moment from Chris Cheetham. Chris Cheetham trying to just duck under him down the inside there, but doesn't quite make it. I think the chance has gone now. So Andrew Bloomer is going to get 9th, 10th for Chris Cheetham, and 11th for Mark Brayton. It'll be Ed Redwood who will finish 12th. So, confirmation of the win then for Robin Welsh from Len Colley, Simon Clasby, Michael Dugdale, Dean Spur and Julian Newman. Fastest lap went to Robin Welsh, 51.11 seconds.